Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. As we record this video, it is Memorial Day, so we just want to take a moment to thank and honor those who have served their country and given the ultimate sacrifice to preserve our freedoms here in the United States. Obviously, we greatly appreciate that sacrifice, and we wish your family members and everyone who is close to you solace regarding your service, and ultimately understanding that it is a very important thing that you've done, and we greatly appreciate everything that you've done for this country. So now, on top of that, what I wanted to do was talk a little bit about service members getting into the commercial real estate business. And the reason why I think this is a very valuable conversation to have is because I've had the chance to interview many people through the podcast that we've done that have been former service members, and they kind of talk about that transition period from being in the military and then ultimately getting into a civilian role. And several of these individuals have gotten into the commercial real estate business and had great success. And so in today's video, I wanted to share the three things that each of those individuals that we've interviewed have talked about as to reasons why former service members can actually be very successful within this business. Now, before we dive into this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode. All right, so as we mentioned, there are three key reasons why the servicemen and women that we've interviewed on the podcast believe that servicemen and women can actually have a lot of success within the commercial real estate business. Now, the first characteristic of why servicemen and women can actually be very successful is because they're extremely diligent. They're used to performing tasks on a day-to-day basis in order to accomplish a particular mission over a long period of time. Now, in the commercial real estate business, as you imagine, it is a eat what you kill type business, and it requires you to perform certain tasks every single day over and over and over and over again without experiencing any results until a long period of time. So that may mean picking up the phone and making calls every day for many, many, many months, potentially years, and over time, your business begins to grow. That means going to networking events and meeting a lot of people, getting a lot of no's and rejection. But being diligent about that on a regular basis is a reason why you can be successful in the business. And servicemen and women, by character and having been in in that field for many years, at least on the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, any service branch, have had to deal with repetitive tasks over and over and over again in service of a particular mission. So that's number one, is the fact that they're extremely diligent. Number two is teamwork. As part of being in a service branch, you're required to work with a variety of different team members in order to accomplish a particular mission. In the commercial real estate space, that is no different. You may have team members that are brokers or agents with you that you're teaming up with in order to perform a particular service for a client. Or maybe that is you working with the lender in the transaction, or the lawyer, or the architect, or really any other node within the transaction that requires you to work with them in order to get the transaction to the finish line. And so having that teamwork mentality is going to serve you well in this business, because it is a requisite skill set in order to ensure that you ultimately serve your client and get them to the finish line, which is ultimately closing on the property or maybe signing a lease for a commercial space. So that's number two, is that you're able to work well within a team. And then finally, number three, which is probably the most important reason why I believe servicemen and women can actually have extreme success in the business, is the mental toughness. Many servicemen and women have had to deal with very difficult situations. They're under high pressure situations, and they're able to perform at a high level. And when it comes to this business, in particular commercial real estate brokerage, it comes with a lot of rejection. It comes with a lot of stops and starts. You may be riding high one day, and then all of a sudden you're riding low because of transactions have fallen apart. Maybe this lead that you had been working on for months and months and months decided to go with someone else. I mean, it can be a very mentally draining profession if you let it get there. But what I've experienced through interviewing servicemen and women, and myself knowing many in my own life, is that it is a characteristic that many hold, having mental toughness. So what I currently encourage you guys is, if you guys are servicemen and women and you guys are looking to get into the commercial real estate business, understand that I believe that you can have a lot of success. And for these exact reasons, of these characteristics that ultimately will lead you to have success within the business. So hopefully you gain some value from this video. if you're considering a profession or considering pursuing a career within the commercial real estate brokerage business, and you need advice, or you'd like to be introduced to anyone and I can help in any way, please reach out. I'd love to be able to help you all as you transition to your civilian careers. Along with that, if you like this channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you can like and subscribe to this channel. It really does make an impact in our ability to reach a broad audience, and we would greatly appreciate the support. So thanks again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.